So, before we leave this area, there's a couple of things I want to collect. There's like the thing for Blackwall's quest and Vivian's quest.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, fuck off. I already talked to you. Although, I think the recording might have messed up. We'll see. It's working now. Trouble with Darkspawn. Well, this is Radier, so...
Turn back! This is madness!
Okay, Dorian, jeez.
I'll have to see what our people at Skyhold can do.
Yeah, later. Ooh, two of them.
One less to worry about.
Why am I bothering with this? Because I'm used to having to track down the Phoenix Tails for Frederick's quest, which I'm not bothering with. Okay, so, well, let's just, yeah. Oh. Oh my god, get out of here. What's all these? The water tastes funny.
Watch out! Dragon!
Yeah, it's not bothering anybody, Blackwall. Let's check out this cave. I forget if there's anything of importance in here. Well, there's a landmark. Might as well get it. Note to self. Collect more spindle weed. Okay, this is not a safe staircase. Note to self, build better staircase. Why can't— oh, because there's a guy there. Hey, Frederick. You know what? Props to this guy for wearing high heels in the fucking desert.
The maker. It's been
Yeah, no, I'm not actually talking to
I'm
you.
always glad of the company of a fellow scholar.
I'm just coming over here to collect Blackwall's thing.
around.
Good find.
What's Blackwell's other thing? Get that after we get Vivian's book. Awesome.
Who did all this? Grey Wardens.
Yeah, they were hunting for an archdemon. Ooh, I can build a superior tower, apparently. Okay, so now we just gotta find Blackwell's last thing. Fine. We'll clear up those bandits too. I should clarify, by last thing, I mean last thing in this area. I know he's got more. Oh yeah! Alright, I'll get that Chantry Trail thing too. But only 'cause it's so close to the camp. Man, I came here saying, oh, I'm not gonna spend much time in this area. And now I'm doing all these quests.
The trail leads on.
Oh, I went too far. Down here. So I can't get in through that gate. So I guess I gotta go this way? Oh my god, I can't
No
get
good.
through here either.
We'll have to find another way.
What the fuck? Does that mean I have to go through that... What is it? There's like some kind of ancient prison that you go through over here. Oh, there's unfinished business back there too. I really gotta get to that place. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to go back to Skyhold and do those missions to clean up the area so I can go back here to get the fucking stupid ancient prison done and... Well, I might as well do the Still Ruins if I'm going through all that effort. Just really fucking clean up this area. What's up, assholes? Stop knocking me over.
So the Venatori want to keep us out. Shall we disappoint them?
Everything's frozen. I don't think this was the Venatori.
No. I'd say some ancient Tevinter decided to alter time. I'm surprised it didn't go better.
So much time magic in this game.
The texts describe a chamber. This must be it.
He was carrying this stone for a reason.
The markings on it. I've heard of keystones that bear the same.
Keep searching. There may be more.
Possessing a human body, Cole. You actually look like that.
Yes.
But a spirit's true form is always monstrous, or at least unnatural.
The world doesn't make sense to them. It's too real. That's why they look wrong.
And this is how you want to look.
I want to help. Looking doesn't matter.
Well, that's not entirely true, Cole. If looking didn't matter, you wouldn't take the form of the real Cole that you were first called to this realm to help. Like, there's something going on there. It's not just a matter of coincidence.
A staff? Is this what they were after?
I'd be careful with that if I were you. Just a thought.
It's a pretty shitty staff, but man, this room is cool. You can craft way better stuff than that.
I think time's flowing again.
It's all free.
Hurry, before this gets worse.
This isn't worse.
There we are.
It's done.
I'm rather sick of this place. You?
That's
Yes.
enough demons for one day, frozen or otherwise.
So I did all the necessary war table missions for the Western Approach, and now we can go back there and go through the ancient prison route, I believe. Before I do that, though, I want to talk to some people, starting with Vivienne, since I found all her books.
If you require any assistance.
Yes? Your lost books have been found.
Your assistance in this matter will not be forgotten, I assure you.
Ladell.
Inquisitor.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius's son. He went to the magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Are you alright?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
He should be an example for others to follow, or his death is wasted.
Should I spread the word? We could spawn the cult of Felix within a matter of days.
Doesn't
There
need
are
to be a
worse things.
cult.
Probably true. And you're right. His actions should not be forgotten.
Maybe it does need to be a cult interventor.
Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
Aww.
I'm told you have Alexius researching magic for you. Research is always what made him happiest. Perhaps I'll even go talk to him eventually. One word of advice. If he suggests altering time as a way to solve all your problems, give it a pass.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption, how we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he gave up. He stopped trying.
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son. I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced he could have protected them. The guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
That must have been difficult.
Back then, I was furious. I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
You still went after him?
It's true. What was I thinking? It's so cold down here. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. Sad, really.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Liliana, check in with you. Where is she? Over here. Oh.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're always looking for some way to benefit, aren't you?
It's what I'm here for. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in the Haven. I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong.
Sometimes it's best to talk these things out.
I was there when the hero Ferelden defeated the Archdemon. We won the day, and I thought the Maker smiled on me. When the Divine requested my help, I went to her. I owed her that much. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. But now, Justinia is dead. I was angry. I felt betrayed.
Oh my god, that
But I
crowing
shouldn't have
noise
let
is
my emotions
annoying.
get the better of me. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand.
Thank you. Now enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
I'll leave you to your work.
Shut up, you stupid birds. Solus, what's up with you?
We must stop the Wardens from carrying out this insane plan, Inquisitor. To seek
Whoa.
out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
They won't succeed. We're going to stop them together.
Thank you. I've been on my own for so long. It's difficult to get used
You
to
went
having
from a
support
dial
from others.
10 to a
Those
dial
fools
1 in
and
like an
duty.
instant.
Responsibility is not expertise. Action is not inherently superior to inaction. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
You want to elaborate on that? No? Unsurprising. Did somebody say my name? Or title? Oh, Giselle!
Worship?
My Lady Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Oh, we're going here, are we?
Is that a note of distaste I detect, Mother Giselle?
I admit his presence here makes me uncomfortable, Inquisitor, but my feelings are of no importance. I have been in contact with his family, House Pavas out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
He's mentioned his family. They don't appear to be on good terms.
Yes, I believe you're correct. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
If you think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family...
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking lie to Dorian about his personal family matters. Hey, Dorian.
Questions.
I got a letter for you.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father? I see. And what does Magister Hallward want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter.
I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble.
This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
You think your father would actually do that?
No, although I wouldn't put it past him. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. But you're correct. They don't care for my choices, nor I for theirs.
Because you wouldn't get married? Because you left?
That too.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed. We'll find out soon enough.
I want to know, did Allward rent out the entire tavern? Because there's nobody here.
Uh-oh, nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father.
Oh.
So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
Considering you lied to get him here, Dorian has every right to be furious.
You don't know the half of it. But maybe you should.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
That's a big concern in Tevinter then.
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind. The perfect leader. It means every perceived flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
So that's what all of this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
Oh,
I
man.
only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. For your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Oh, man. I got plenty of problems with Gator as a writer, but this scene is not one of them. This scene, it's me in the fucking gut every time. And I will also give credit to the voice acting too, because that has a lot to do with it as well. I just... Whew. This is hard because I really don't think there's a wrong decision with this one. I can see both sides, and I've done both options, like encourage him not to speak and encourage him to speak, like probably equal times. But I think Amaris would want to encourage him to not leave it like this, because I think Amaris, for one thing, relates a lot to Dorian's struggle, because I had canon that she's asexual and that her parents really wanted children too, so it's kind of like she can really see where he's coming from. But at the same time, she would want to be able to reconcile that with her parents, so given Dorian has an opportunity to potentially do that with his father, it's like really tough call, but... And I also think that it's for the best of Dorian just to, like, get it out, like, to have that conversation and, well, like, not leave it like this. Not leave it without saying anything.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Yeah, I don't want Dorian to be angry at himself, because he has nothing to be angry at himself
Tell me
about.
why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
You don't have to.
He tried to change you.
Out of desperation. I wouldn't put on a show, marry the girl, keep everything unsavory, private and locked away. Selfish, I suppose. Not to want to spend my entire life screaming on the inside. He was going to do a blood ritual. Alter my mind. Make me... acceptable. I found out. I left.
Can blood magic actually do that?
Maybe. It could also have left me a drooling vegetable. It crushed me to think he found that absurd risk preferable to scandal. Part of me has always hoped he didn't really want to go through with it. If he had, I can't even imagine the person I would be now. I wouldn't like that, Dorian.
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. It wasn't what I expected, but it's something. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
Fucking leave Dorian alone, Giselle.
Oh,
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
I don't care about the rumors.
The concerns of the Chantry are no concern of the Inquisition, Mother Giselle.
I'm aware of that. You risk, however, not only the Chantry's opinion.
And if I ask from where these rumors originated?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Yeah, go away.
Well, that's something.
She didn't get to you, did she?
No, it takes more to get to me than thinly veiled accusations.
You don't think she'll do anything?
Do what? Yours is the good opinion I care about, not hers. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
Why should it bother me? Everyone's talking about the Inquisition.
That's good. I'd hate to think I brought you any grief. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countryman, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
Glad to hear it. You're a good friend too.